Hello, I'm Julia Hobsbawm of Editorial Intelligence. I'm with the great campaigner and academic and activist really on all things corporate and social, Noreena Hertz, who's currently running the May Day for Nurses campaign. Hello.
Hi Julia, thank you for inviting me on.
Now, one of the things that I'm interested about your May Day for Nurses campaign is it's actually running very heavily through the comment media. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean it was a I had a very pragmatic strategy right from the start. I mean, the goal of this campaign is to get the government to act.
Yeah.
And why have I come up with this crazy idea of trying to get every single Premiership footballer in the country to give up a day's wages to nurses? Well, basically so that the government does something about nurses. And I knew that nobody was going to put nurses on the front page of a newspaper or write about nurses in leader columns or write comment pieces on nurses unless I came up with some unusual angle. So, I really thought about it and I thought, if I could get link footballers with nurses, well, maybe I could get a buzz about nurses, which is what this is about. So,
and you've generated a lot of column inches. I mean, you've written, I think, 2 comment pieces at last count, one in The Sun, one in The Guardian or The Observer. In The Guardian.
Yeah, I did The Observer, The Guardian, The Sun. The Sun gave me a page 6, which is, fantastic for The Sun. And
you've had letter follow-up, you've had The New York Times has followed it up in an opinion page piece.
Yeah, and the Herald Tribune, and it's gone really international, a lot of international press picking up the story. And what's great as well is, and it's made some of the leader columns in newspapers, and in order to effect change nowadays in society, you need the media. Mm-hmm. And you need the media to act really as your conduit and to mobilise society and also kind of grab the government's attention. There are all these competing issues out there. And so, if you want your issue to stand out, you need those column inches, you need them to be positive, and I'm absolutely overwhelmed by the fact that there hasn't been anything negative written yet.
Have you done a traditional photo call yet? Because it seems to me that what you've done is almost the opposite of a traditional campaign where you're ticking a lot of media-friendly boxes. You've got celebrities, you've got the juxtaposition of really high-earning footballers with absolutely basic wage nurses, and that's the whole thrust of it. Why are you not doing the photo stunt? Why are you using the comment media instead as the vehicle to get over your argument?
Well, I am using visual media, to some degree. Thierry Henry just did a photo shoot for us with nurses. Okay. So, we have the absolutely brilliant visual representation, which Observer Sports Monthly are going to run this month. So that's fantastic. Also, there is a Channel 4 documentary that is following my campaign and has done from day one. So we will have, hopefully millions of viewers kind of actually being able to see it. So, I think it's a combination of, and we're using the web. We have a website, maydayfornurses.com website, and we're using that as a way of kind of getting the public on board, but it's a way that the media can also track what's happening. And apparently in the world of campaigning, and this is all new to me, this web element, but we've had 14,000 people register in the last 3 weeks, and apparently that is good in campaigning, like very good. And we're building a community. So it's working on various strands, of which print media is an important part, but so is television and so is radio, and I've been doing a lot of television and radio, and
But the comment media is, of course, online as well as in print. And I suppose what interests me at Editorial Intelligence is the idea that increasingly there's a juxtaposition between explaining issues in the simplified, publicity-friendly ways of having a fabulously glamorous footballer photographed with nurses, but also you're actually giving a platform for the issues, the politics, the policies associated, which is you're saying you want the government to change their policy. And it seems to me that the comment media, whether that's online through blogs or in print, is actually the only place to do that. Is that right?
I think it's definitely the most effective place to get your message across. And what I love about the kind of new media nowadays is that I might write a piece, and and then off that, all these things kind of spring out, and suddenly you have all these blogs kind of writing about the campaign, and then it mushrooms and multiplies, and the story goes international. And so I think you're right, absolutely, that the old kind of way of perhaps, just relying on a one-off press release, press launch, have a glamorous day and expect that to affect change is really outmoded.
Would you say that the policy making, the political thinking is best met by the commentariat or equally met by the photo call?
No, it will need, no, without doubt, unequivocally, a photo call cannot capture the complexity of a political ask and of a policy ask. The only place where I think you can really clearly articulate complex ideas or more complex ideas and political ideas and policy ideas is in comment, and I actually think is in written comment, because even though I am at the same time being followed by a camera crew and there will be a television show, I think
there's a depth to it, isn't there? Well, Noreena, thank you very much and good luck with the campaign.
Thank you, Julia.